You look at our computing power today, and you say, I have the power to program a world inside of a computer. Well, imagine in the future where you have even more power than that, and you can create characters that have, for example, free will. And I program in the laws that govern that world. Now, you're a character in that world, and you think you have free will, and you say, I want to invent a computer. So you do. Hey, I want to create a world in my computer. So now you lay out all these universes and throw a dart. Which of these universes are you most likely to hit? The original one that started it, or the countless simulations, the daughter simulations that unfolded thereafter?
There's a 1 in billions chance that this is base reality.
A philosopher at Oxford University called Nick Bostrom wrote a paper called Are You Living in a Computer Simulation? The paper argued that one of the 3 propositions might be true. So if you want to read that, check out the paper. And in conclusion to that, there's only one possibility, that we are in a simulation. Have you ever wondered if life is not exactly what it's cracked up to be? Okay, let's take that thought a little further. Have you ever suffered from an identity crisis? Yes, one in which you're suspected you're not a real person, but instead a sophisticated computer simulation of a real person. Produced by who? Some developed unknown civilization, or probably just humans from the future. All scientific inquiries are based on one or more philosophical positions. There are different philosophical arguments to determine how scientific approaches are built upon. The ancient Greek philosophers like Plato and Democritus had a basic idea of the atom, and they used that idea to explain how reality worked. Of all their conversations, several different views emerged. Oh, by the way, if you have any questions, you can just fill it into the live chat and I'll respond to it before the end of the show. The scientific hypothesis that our world is virtual or dreamlike has been studied by a lot of scientists, including Dr. Whitford. He took 2 opposing views, one being that materialism, and which is our universe is entirely physical, exists in and of itself and needs nothing outside of it to explain it, and the other, where it exists as a virtual construct, depends entirely on information processing happening outside space-time. Dr. Whitford looked at all the facts gathered from these experimental results and asked which view better fits these facts, and after thorough analysis, his conclusion was that the data fits the simulation hypothesis.
Right now, we're inside a computer program?
Scientifically, our universe simply makes more sense when viewed as a virtual construct emerging from consciousness, rather than simply matter existing independently. Now this brings me to a graphical representation of a virtual world like this.
Hello,
And as you can see,
Mr. Sock Tunnel?
come on, man.
It is
No,
time.
not now. I told you.
Oh, sorry.
After the
I'm sorry.
podcast. Oh,
I'm in the
yeah,
middle
yeah.
of something.
Okay, okay.
Jeez.
Okay, let's try to figure out if physics and math give us reasons to believe that yes, the universe is simply a simulation, computer program run by some higher being. Imagine two worlds. One, the primary world where the simulation is being run, and the secondary world where we live and we believe it to be a simulation. Now, these worlds are generated to mimic real life, just like games like Age of Empires, SimCity, and other RPG games. They get better and better over time. So, what do we know about these games? There's very good simulations, aren't they? Just like the real world. And it's going to reach a point where we can't tell the difference. Procedural generation takes things a step further. Instead of giving the game an engine or an AI a list of things to choose from, the designers create an algorithm or set of instructions for the AI to use. Here the AI will create something from this set of instructions while using random and preset values. The algorithm is designed to give AI's creation some structure and, more importantly, make it something that the player can actually beat. The key point of procedural generation is that the designer never 100% knows what the AI will create. And there are other reasons to think that we might be virtual. For instance, the more we learn about the universe, the more it appears to be based on mathematical laws. Perhaps that is not a given, but a function of the nature of the universe we are living in. Physicists over the years have discovered that matter is indeed quantized and composed of fundamental particles billions of times smaller than the atom. Nature is a matrix of computable bits. Space, time, and energy are quantized. Everything is made of individual bits, which means the universe has a finite number of components, finite number of states, which means it's computable. If the true nature of the universe is indeed digital, and we have quantized bits of space and time, then there's nothing you cannot compute. Since there's no evidence against it, hence it's consistent with the simulation model. Just say for the sake of argument that the data fits the simulation hypothesis. Is there any solid proof of computer programming in nature? Well, it seems there is. A theoretical physicist called James Gates has found a computer code hidden deeply in the equations describing supersymmetry.
So you're saying as you dig deeper, you find computer code writ in the fabric of the cosmos?
Into the equations that we want to use to describe the cosmos, yes.
Computer code.
Computer code, strings of bits of ones and zeros.
It's not just sort of resembles computer code, you're saying it is computer code.
It's not even just is computer code, it's a special kind of computer code that was invented by a scientist named Claude Shannon in the 1940s.
So are you saying we are all just, there's some entity that programmed the universe and we're just expressions of their code?
Hello, Neil. Who are you? I am the architect. I created the Matrix.
In 2016, a debate about the universe as a simulation was discussed between three theoretical physicists, a cosmologist, and a philosopher. Their results at the end of the entire 2-hour debate, none of them could agree on anything. It was really quite a good debate, and I think you should watch it on YouTube. It's a bit long, but it is quite interesting. The arguments put forward by the panelists were quite interesting. One of them even suggested observing cosmic rays to look for signatures within non-continuous space-time. And there was also loads of other arguments related to philosophy and yeah, so check it out. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool stuff. But my take on this is, well, at some point in time where the computation power of computers reached a point where they just couldn't get any better, they decided to create a simulation to sustain their civilization, or maybe it was some sort of existential threat that drove them or pushed them to do this, and give them some sort of afterlife, something like that. Some sort of a utopian world where they could actually, live in it, in a digital sort of transcendent part. Yeah, whatever. And that's why the Matrix is what it is. A total dystopian illusion of whatever. Okay? Dude, come on, man. Hey, man. Now. How would you like some pills? I already got the pills. Come on. I've already taken the red. Okay. Oh, sorry. Oh, shit. So what if this is really a simulation and I'm stuck here? I could be hooked up to these pods like in the movie, and my brain could be in a jar or container plugged into something. Man, that's scary. What if they know everything I know? They can control my thoughts, my feelings, everything. Was everything created by God? Well, if God is the larger consciousness, yes, who is the programmer? I don't know. I guess everything is. Every choice we make changes the program. We can influence the simulation as well by adding parameters that alters the state of the entire algorithm. Alright, time to see who's on the live chat.
Excuse me, I'm looking for the next D1000.
Oh man,
I know. Sorry,
now
I forgot.
you're in the wrong movie.
Okay,
It's 2
thank
doors
you.
down, turn right.
I'll be back.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, get lost. Okay. Anybody on the live chat? Checking my phone. There's no messages. All looks kind of clear. All right. It looks like it's a quiet podcast. Okay. Proceeding to the next segment now. And in closing, Eastern traditions, particularly Buddhist traditions, have long contended that we are living in a world of illusion, that we go through multiple lives trying to work out individual quests, all of which are stored beyond the rendered world. There's a giant system that not only stores this, but creates new situations for us to get our achievements. Sounds like a video game? Just like leveling up, going to the next level, score some points, finish off some challengers, and then bang, you're in the next level, or the next reality.
Do we have a deal, Mr. Reagan?
You know, I know this steak doesn't exist. I know that when I put it in my mouth, the Matrix is telling my brain that it is juicy and delicious. After 9 years, you know what I realize? Ignorance is bliss.
Hey, where is the bathroom?